Just
We will
wait for
get it
1 or 2 more minutes.
uploaded on, ma'am, we will get it uploaded on YouTube too.
Okay.
Ankur sir,
Yes, sir.
kindly make Dr. Gaurav as co-host.
Okay. Vishal, sir.
And ma'am, you two have all the rights. You are the co-host, so you have all the rights. You can mute, unmute, you can share, unshare, everything you can do.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
And regarding question answers, ma'am, we will request participants that they can write it on chat box, and Arun sir or me will read it for you.
Okay.
Arun sir, I think we can start now within 5 minutes.
Okay. Within 5 minutes, or should we start? Within
As
5
ma'am
minutes?
suggest, we can wait 1 or 2 minutes hardly.
Do we have time, or are you pressed for the time, or do you have any other meeting scheduled?
I need to end by now around 1 o'clock in India time, because at around 3:30 I have another commitment.
Okay.
So
We
we can
have
start
1.5 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me introduce you formally. So my dear participants, very good morning to this second session of second session of this FDP on recent advances in computer science and allied domains. Today we have with us Dr. Rafidah Binti Noor, and she is currently working as an associate professor as well as a deputy dean science at Institute for Advanced Studies, University Malaya. And prior to this, she was the deputy dean of undergraduate studies, Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology from August 2014 to July 2016. Okay. And head of the Department for Computer Systems and Technology from February 2011 to July 2014. And Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology, University Malaya. She is also a head for Center of Research and Mobile Computing, Cloud Computing Research since 2016 till now. Dr. Rafidah received her BIT from University Uttar Malaysia in 1998 and MSc in Computer Science from University Technology Malaysia in 2010. And she did her PhD in Computer Science from Lancaster University, UK in 2010. Till date, she has supervised 1 postdoctoral fellow, 13 PhD students, 5 Master of Computer Science by Research students, and 28 Master of Computer Science mixed mode students. Dr. Rafidah's research is related to a field of transportation system in computer science research domain. She is also an active in research grants evaluation at university and ministry level. Her research interests include vehicular networks, mobile and wireless networks, Internet of Things, cloud and fog computing, quality of service, and energy management. Dr. Rafidah has received more than 2 million ringgit, which is the Malaysian currency, as research grants from internal and external entities. She is also a co-researcher in grants from local universities such as Sunway University, University Malaysia Sabah, and University Technology Malaysia Melaka. To contribute her research ideas into a community, she has designed and patented a novel framework, system, and method for relieving traffic congestion, which was granted on 23rd June 2020 for emergency rescue operations. She has filed and has been granted several copyrights from her research works since 2012 to current. Dr. Rafidah's efforts are driven by the courage to implement the framework that challenges the existing protocols and standards. She is an active researcher and has published more than 150 research articles in refereed journals and conferences of repute. She is also the reviewer of various international journals indexed in Clarivate Analytics and Scopus. Dr. Rafidah is an associate editor in Connected Mobility and Automation. She has also served as advisory and technical committee member for several international conferences. She has delivered distinguished lectures for IEEE VTS Summer School, which in Malaysia, and has been keynote speakers for international conferences. Dr. Rafidah has also won 14 awards, gold, silver, and bronze medals from research, innovation, exhibition, and competition at national and international level for her works on urban transportation and computing solutions since 2012 until present. So today she is going to deliver her thoughts on sustainable transport and mobility, good practices. With these words, may I now request Dr. Noor to kindly take over and address the audience. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prof. Arun Agrawal, for introduction of myself to the listeners, participants for today. And I would like to thank to Sharda University to invite me as a speaker, one of the speaker for this event. And I'm so delighted to accept and to deliver my keynotes related to transportation, sustainable transportation. Let me share my screen now. Okay.
Yeah, perfectly visible, ma'am. Perfectly visible.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, as introduced by Prof. Arun, my name is Rafidah. Okay, I'm holding administrative position as a Deputy Dean in Institute for Advanced Studies, University of Malaya. I'm also Director or Head of Center for Mobile Cloud Computing Research, Faculty of Computer Science. I'm also a member for Center for Transport Research, Faculty of Engineering, University of Malaya. For today, I'm going to present the title of Sustainable Transport and Mobility Good Practices. So you can see that if you have not been to University of Malaya, this is our Chancellery building. We have 7 floors, and this is a really nice lake in front of the building. Okay. So before I start, let me, if you have not been to University of Malaya or you have not known University of Malaya, a brief history about University of Malaya. University of Malaya was known by previously in 1909 by as a name of King Edward VII College of Medicine in Singapore. Is the first Malaysian doctors faculty or college, which later known as University of Malaya in Singapore. In 1928, Raffles College Singapore was founded, and it merged between Raffles College and King Edward VII College of Medicine to become University of Malaya in 1949. Okay, and when the university has evolved, they split into 2 campuses, which one in Singapore in 1962, which call it as University of Singapore, and in Malaysia itself, it's located another campus in Kuala Lumpur, which is we call it as Universiti Malaya, and we also have University Hospital open in 1968. So after Singapore is no longer belong to Malaysia, it's split. So the University of Singapore is known now as National University of Singapore, NUS. And University of Malaya, remain the name as University of Malaya in Kuala Lumpur. And I would say that this is the first university in Malaysia and also the oldest university of Malaysia created or established in 1905. Okay, very quick fact about profile of University of Malaya. We have 14 of faculties, 2 academics, 2 centers, three institutes, which I belong to one of the institute, which borrowed by the university, the management of university, to go to Institute for Advanced Studies. We also have one continuing education center. So any program, diploma program, is not offered by the faculty or academics or institute. It must offered under this one continuing education center. So all the faculties, academic centers and institute, they are offering more than 200 academic programs in University of Malaya. And we have more than 70 research center, and I'm leading one of the research center, which is Mobile Cloud Computing Research Center. We also have 4 research cluster, which is known as a high impact research cluster and approved by the Ministry of Education. So we have 4 research cluster. Enrollment overall, we have 29,000 of students, 20,000 of undergraduate students, the first degree student, and 9,000 is the postgraduate students. So this is the Universiti Malaya profile. And a quick fact about Universiti Malaya, we are the first and top university in Malaysia, Universiti Malaya. Okay, and we also the first university to be awarded as a QS Star University Rating 5-star. We broad-based research incentive, government supported. We are public university. We are not private university. We are public university. We also have the largest teaching and the best hospital in Malaysia. So we have next to the Universiti Malaya, we have Medical Center, UMMC. We are also ranked 300 to 400 ARW 2020. We have more than 2,000 faculty members and 300 international academic staff from various countries. We have more than 2,000 mobility student, inbound, outbound student for undergraduate program, for postgraduate program. And is situated, the campus area is around 812 acres. We are not near KLCC, the Twin Tower, Petronas Twin Tower. We are at the southwest of Kuala Lumpur. You can go to KLCC by public transport, but we are not nearby because we are at the southwest of Kuala Lumpur. We offer 2 double degrees, 6 dual master, and 10 collaborative PhDs with overseas university. We also the only institution in Malaysia has been granted Asian University Network QA certification at institutional level between 2018 and 2022. We are one of the members, AUN members. So the core value, this is a new core value. When we have a new management in Universiti Malaya, we revise our core value. We want to be a global university impacting the world. We want to push the boundaries of knowledge and nurturing aspiring leaders. And each of the academic staff and the support staff, all the members in the Universiti Malaya carries poise, patience, oneness, integrity, sincerity, and empathy. This is what we want our staff to have in each of individual of the members. Okay, so the flag bearer of Malaysia as June 2021, we ranked number 65 in QS World Ranking, University Ranking. We also number 9 in Asia World Ranking. We also number 49 in Asia World University Ranking, THE. And we also participated in UI Green Metric. This is for sustainability of the campus. We are number 32 in the world ranking. So a bit briefly about Universiti Malaya that I would like to share with you now. So this is only a subject matters, top 50 to 100, and you can see that computer science, which is I'm from Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology, we are ranked between 50 to 100, and there are some broad areas that we are proud of the Universiti Malaya ranking. Right. Okay. I'm sure everyone has listened to Prof. Arun introduction about myself, so I just want to go very quick. I've granted more than 2 million ringgit Malaysia currency, which is approximate of 500,000 USD, 500,000 USD research grant from internal and external entities. I've supervised postgraduate student, more than 50 graduated thesis student, dissertation student, research project student. I have currently 10 postgraduate student ongoing, and by this year or next year, 2 or 3 students are graduating, hopefully, finger crossed. And I have research publication more than 100 science. This is a WAS index journal in Web of Science, and most of the work is tier 1 or quartile 1 in Web of Science journal. You can see, you can just Google me, you can find my Google Scholar 25H index, Scopus 21, and Publons is 17. My professional activities, I've started with Universiti Malaya 2001, and this is my 20 years with University of Malaya as an academic. So I've been as an associate editor, guest editor, reviewers for Index Journal, advisory, technical committee, distinguished lecture, keynotes, and also grant assessor. And I also recently last year appointed as grant assessor for COVID-19 from the Ministry of Education. To look into the effect of transportation and mobility during the pandemic and after pandemic. So I'm one of the assessor to evaluate the grant proposal. So if you come, I would like to welcome everyone. Friends from India, you can come after the pandemic next year or year after. If you come to Universiti Malaya, this is our faculty. I'm proud to be part of it. Faculty of Computer Science Information Technology. We have only 2 buildings, Block A and Block B. Now I miss my working place, because it's a lockdown here. So we have a lot of facilities here. You can see from the diagram, we have postgraduate lounge, we have undergraduate lounge, we have labs, research lab, and so on. Okay. So the presentation outline, basically I will cover some of the research landscape, sustainable transport, SDG, about the green environment, and also initiative that I've made for the campus and also for the nationwide. Okay, I would say that I've seen in the program we have you have one talk related to intelligent transportation, which I hope that whatever I presented here is totally different, because my background is computer science, computer scientist. I'm not engineering. So mostly the solution base is related to the computing. Okay, so my research landscape, my interest in wireless or mobile ad hoc network started when I joined Universiti Malaya in 2001. I did my master also related to the design of wireless network. And when I did my PhD, I also involved with the transportation system, and I designed, basically my passion is about the designing, architecture, modeling of the network. So my research landscape from 2001 until now, I can divide it into various trusts or niche area, which is all towards the sustainable and intelligent transportation system, even though I do have some other topics that related to IoT, fog computing, and not too related to the transportation. So this is to name few. I have a lot of, because I've supervised more than 50 students, but basically they are all related to the ITS. So to name a few, the sensing, spectrum sensing, and also mobility management by using the vehicular ad hoc network, V2I, vehicular to infrastructure. This is a topic, a PhD work by my student Christopher Chambe, already graduated PhD student now in Nigeria as one of the head of department in the university. And the cooperative sensing, spectrum sensing using machine learning, this is also from my PhD student currently working on it, Asif from Bangladesh. Hopefully that he will graduate it soon. And then network communication, traffic congestion, I have worked on the propagation modeling. This is also graduated student Ahsan from Pakistan. Beaconing mechanism, unicast geographical routing networks. This is at the MAC layer and also the network layer. My students from Nigeria, this is Mustafa. Cluster-based TDMA MAC protocol from Nigeria. This is Abu Bakar, already graduated. Both are graduated. This is all graduated. Heterogeneous clustering. This is Iftihar, also graduate PhD from Pakistan. Security privacy issues. I'm not into these security issues, but I do have students working on this particular area. Renu graduated as well from Malaysia, working on the DDoS attack detection framework. And currently I have Tarak. I hope that he's here as well. He's listening to my presentation because I invited all my students to come here. So he's working on the secure and privacy preserving collaborative model for vehicle ad hoc network. VAN and application, I have a few. This is to name few, but there are a lot. Mostly on the to support the collision, the traffic congestion, on the dynamic traffic light control. This is all students are working, master students are working together with me. And sustainable transport. Sustainable transportation is my interest last 2-3 years ago, because when I start to involve with the sustainability campus project. So one of the project that I've been working in the beginning of the project, the beginning of 2015 or 16 is optimized congestion pricing zone management model, and also campus transportation analytics and UM share right. This is all my master student. Okay, I have, so the research landscape, everything about transportation, everything is about vehicle ad hoc network is on the network or computer science related research work. Okay, so the sustainable transport mobility, if we are looking at this dimension, we can look, there are 6 components, I would say 6 important components when you want to achieve sustainable transport and mobility. The first one is safe. We want to reduce road accident. We want to reduce death and illness of the pollution. We want to ensure that the infrastructure that we creating, that we are proposing is affordable, can be accessed. The services also can be reached to the public user. Accessibility, whatever they need can be, for example, like food, healthcare, education, communities, market, everything can be accessed through transportation and mobility from one point to another is similar. We want to create, when we have the accessibility, we want to ensure that it's efficient, okay, not only accessible, but must be efficient and must be seamlessly, because transport from one place to another with a good improvement of transport landscape, the infrastructure, and also towards the energy efficient of the transportation. Okay. We also can look into the resilient. How can we provide resilient infrastructure and also adaptive capacity to solve issues or to cater, reduce the climate change, climate related hazard? How can this resilient mobility provide a solution to the sustainable transport and mobility? Last but not least, environmental impact, which is look at the environment issues. Now people are talking about this, and we have SDG comes in. And we want to ensure that we have the environment friendly, we have a combination of modes, transport mode, where people can use it efficiently, affordably, and accessibility. Okay, so these are the 6 issues that when you do research, you want to pick up maybe 1 or 2 to put in your research proposal, or you want to focus on one, safety, so you can work on the safety. If you are looking at the environment impact, only look on the environment impact. Okay, so whatever I said just now is towards or to achieve the sustainable development goals. I'm sure that you have heard this. This is SDG. People are talking about SDG when you creating your research proposal as a research proposal assessor. We try to map whatever you want to propose is meet the SDG, one of the SDG component. We have 13 component of SDG. So transportation and mobility can contribute to the good health and well-being, number 3, because the direct impact would be the road safety, and indirect impact would be the environment, the air pollution. How can we reduce the vehicle emission? And also on SDG number 9 is industry, innovation, and also infrastructure, which is a direct impact sustainable infrastructure. When you want to design the infrastructure, transport infrastructure, you can look into it. How can you ensure that there's not too many infrastructure and you did not considering about the innovative of it, you are not considering the impact on the environment. Okay, so another SDG that can be contribute to transportation is the sustainable cities and communities, which is the direct target is the urban access, as I said, accessibility and efficiently. So this is on the direct access of the transportation. And also the indirect is the sustainable cities. When you want to create the sustainable city, these are the component, and transport and mobility is part of it. So we have SDG, which is from, this is world, the SDG created by, for everyone to use it, the country, the institution, any sectors, they can look at the SDG. Universiti Malaya is also towards the SDG. We want to ensure that whatever we have on campus is in line with SDG. That's why we are also competing, we are also involved in the UI Green Matrix for the world ranking for Green Campus. So Universiti Malaya has come up with the Eco Campus Blueprint. This is a blueprint created or published by the management of Universiti Malaya. This is to support the aspiration of the Universiti Malaya to be the leading university in Malaysia for the Eco Campus. And to have this initiative, a living lab, this is what we call another unit that looking at research, can we translate our action research, our research into action plan, action research, and how can also it can also contribute to sustainable campus transformation plan. So the Living Lab research unit is looking at how can we foster applied research and education by using a campus to test the real-time sustainability solution. Whatever idea that you have, you are doing research. In 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people are doing silo research. They are doing their research alone. They are, contributing to the body of knowledge in research, but they did not impact to the society. They did not impact to the campus. They are not translate the idea into the real world situation. So the Living Lab is doing that in faculty in University of Malaya. So they want to turn the theory into practice and enabling students to achieve a greater engagement with their study material and be more well-rounded educational experience. So has improved their sustainable blueprint, and we have the Smart Sustainable Campus 2020 until 2030. This is Global Knowledge City. We have a lot of trust area that you want to look into to create Sustainable Campus, Smart Sustainable Campus. IoT is part of it. You can see the vehicle tracking management is part of it, bus tracking is part of it, environment is part of it, and it's cover all the processes in the University of Malaya. So because of this, I would like to share one of my research. This is a grand challenge research that I got. This project is more than 1 million. Okay, we have a combination of various faculty, and one of it is myself as the head for looking at the transportation impact on the traffic congestion to achieve greener campus, to achieve greener, a good air quality. I have my own team. In this project is 2014 until 2020. It's a 3+1, meaning 3 years and plus 1 year. We have additional years to complete the work. And one of the work we published in IEEE Access in 2019. We have other publication as well. Just to share with you, this is one of the paper that we have to publish in Q1, because we need to publish in Q1 or Tier 1. So this project started with, to look at the urbanization. We are looking how can we create a smart city. So before we look at the, focusing on the smart campus. So let's look at the smart city, how the smart city face the challenges, to be a sustainable city or sustainable area. So there are interests that has been identified by some of the cities worldwide. So one of it is water and waste and water management. Sao Paulo, New Delhi, Panama is looking into this. This is their main interest. Okay, they have other interests as well. So these are the main interests because maybe this is the challenges that they want to solve in Sao Paulo to become one of the smart city in the world. It's similar with Paris, Borneo areas, and also Florence. They're looking at the tourism and culture engagement, because this is part of their businesses, the country businesses. People are going to Paris, people are going to Florence, to Borneo areas, to, they have a lot of tourists, visitors from all over the world. So they are looking into this as well. They are creating an apps, they are creating an application to assist, to ensure that they meet the smart city enablers. Okay, so there is also business and commerce. For example, like Berlin, New York, Tokyo are looking into this, and safety of the city, Mexico City, Rio de Janeiro are looking into this because the crime is higher in their city. So if you want to create a smart city, these are the main challenges in Mexico City. So they want to ensure that safety comes first. And then in Caracas and Germany, their interest is more on the electricity supply and housing. They want to provide energy efficient. They want to use a solar system. This is their interest in these two example of cities. And last but not least, traffic and mobility management is part of it. Okay, it's part of it. Where Beijing, Barcelona, and Cairo is looking into it, because of Beijing, they have population is massive. They want to have efficient traffic and efficient mobility. How you want to manage the traffic and mobility? So they are looking into it. They have autonomous bus. They have autonomous bus on the road. They have started that. They have high-speed train. They are looking into it. So they want to create the smart city, and they want to ensure that they achieve, they can address all the challenges that they are interested into each of the enablers here. Okay, it's not only, you know, whatever I said just now. Malaysia is also part of it. We have Cyberjaya, and as you know, towards the initiative of smart city. We have Penang. If you have been to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, Penang is part of it. Iskandar city in Johor is also part of it. We also hear a few small cities in Malaysia is also towards the smart city, because it's a new idea, it's a new mode of promoting a smart city planning, construction, management, and services. We want to be part of the smart city initiative in the world. Okay, and also we want to use, when you want to have the smart city initiative, you need to use technologies, the innovation. IoT is there, cloud computing is there, people are using it every day. It's just whether they are realizing they are using or not. We have to optimize, to utilize whatever technology we have around surrounding us. Big data, geographic information integration, we can use this technology to create a smart city initiative in Malaysia. Okay, and the third one, whatever we did, we also refer to the European Union and the digital agenda strategies for the smart cities, and current meaning that in last 2019, because this is slide from 2019, part of it. 20 smart cities already identified, and it projected in 2025, 88 more smart cities in the world, and 32 only in Asia Pacific, 31 in Europe, and 25 in America. So we are towards this era, we are towards this initiative, and I think that in India, maybe I'm not sure. I think I'm sure you have this initiative as well. Okay, so the age of urbanization in Kuala Lumpur, if you can see from 1980, our Malaysian population is only 13.8 billion. Now 2020, we have 30, if I'm not mistaken, around 33 million of population in Malaysia in 2020, and is expected that every year it will increase around 0.4, 0.5 or 2% increase every year. So in 2030, estimated that Malaysian population is 36.6 million. So from by 2050, 70% of the world population will be city dwellers. This is from the UN forecast. And in Malaysia, 70% Malaysian population are living in the urban areas. We have very packed in the Greater Kuala Lumpur, and most of the population high, the density is very high in this particular area. So how will smart city be delivered? If you want to be to create a smart city, you need to create the smart citizen as well, okay? Because you want to ensure that the citizen can use whatever technologies around us, whatever we provide to them, they know how to use it. You know, everything is smart. Okay, when we say smart cities, everything is smart. We need to be smart. Even though we are not smart, we have to be smart, okay? So looking at the smart and energy environment, the big data, information security, urban planning, looking at the smart buildings, housing is already there. Okay, some of the buildings is already smart building and smart housing. A high performance building, energy efficient, security solution, smart infrastructure by using the IoT, by using the urban planning, public safety, video surveillance. We have smart governance. Okay, looking at the information security, behavior insight, citizen collaboration, smart health, smart hospital, emergency services by using AI technique, by using IoT, big data, assisted living, telehealth, telecare. This is all the component or the enablers to create a smart city and smart citizen. And one of it, as usual, transportation is there, and we want to create a smart transportation by integrating the mobility by using the IoT and big data to look at the traffic management, to look at the congestion management, looking at the smart parking, looking at the air pollution from the vehicle emission. Okay. So the challenges faced in Malaysia related to transportation. This is research that when I did my research for the Grand Challenge, it's part of my work as well to investigate. So the mobility trends, if you are looking at here, the number of person daily trade increasing by year to years. Okay, so this is information from the National Highway Development Plan, and 2030 we estimated that people are traveling 1,031 million trips. People are traveling. Okay, and increase in the number of motor vehicles. This is from data 2019. Okay, so by 2030 we expect to increase 1.4 increase. 2/3 of the motor vehicle usage outside the Greater Kuala Lumpur region, and buses is the main form of the public transport. So when COVID-19 happened, the pandemic happened, people are not going outside. Okay, but after the pandemic, after the lockdown, I've seen the trend from the Google data. Number of trips, people or number of motor vehicles on the road is increasing. People did not use public transport anymore. They feel unsafe by using public transport. Everyone is taking their own vehicles. So number of motor vehicle is increasing after the pandemic. And how can we cater this problem? And this is also affected the road congestion, travel time increases because of the pandemic. And to gain their interest again, you know, we have people are using public transport. So how we want to do that? So this is another research focus that we can look at in transportation after the pandemic to get to buy the public interest by using the public transport is a challenging work. Okay, so the time travel, if 2018 in Kuala Lumpur, this is Greater Kuala Lumpur, it's only like 75 minutes. Okay, 75 minutes if you are traveling around 40 kilometers or 20 kilometers during peak hours, meaning that during peak hours between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. when people are going to work, and during after working hours between 4:30 or 5 o'clock until 8 p.m. So this is during peak hours where congestion happen, and for 20 kilometers, it takes 75 minutes, more than 1 hour. Okay, by 2020, we find out that it's even more, 150 minutes only for approximately 20 kilometers. From your workplace to your home, it takes more than 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours, if weather issues about, you know, weather condition, if there is an accident, congestion increase from day to day because the population in the urban is increasing. People are using their private vehicles, and this leads to congestion. So it gives an impact to the country because of the productivity reducing. People spend more time on the road, more than 1 hour. If you did not arrange properly, if you don't have a good infrastructure, you know, you spend more time on the road and you feel tired after you reach your, you know, reach the campus, you reach your workplace, and it will affect the activity or inefficiency of the individual because of the traffic congestion. Again, we also looked at the air pollution in Malaysia. 67% air pollution comes from motor vehicles. So another 33% comes from the building or the industry, but the air pollution of the transportation is massive, affected, you know, the emission from the vehicle affected the air pollution in Malaysia. When I did the research work, we did some data collection. We want to investigate. We want to look at the traffic congestion. So we did some data collection because we identify four areas in Greater Kuala Lumpur. where we identify 4 areas. We observe the traffic density, and we also go to the authority, the Highway Authority of Malaysia, because they have the Green Highway Index manual. Whatever we are doing research, we want to ensure that is also in line with the government initiative. So we have to read the manual, we have to look at the manual, we meet people, we invite the stakeholders from various government organizations. This is a focus group. The authorities, we invite the agencies, we invite the town council. Okay, we want to hear their initiative. Whatever we are doing, we want to make sure that the project is not only contributed to the body of knowledge in vehicular ad hoc network or in my domain of research, but it also must impact to the society. That is the aim of this research work. Okay, and then we have the knowledge of sharing, awareness to the public seminar. We did a seminar, we presented our findings. This is my PhD student. She was, previously has already graduated. And from this project, we develop and implement IoT solution for the smart transportation. We develop an apps, Android apps to measure to look at the air quality from the trips. From one point to another point. This is the online architecture module. We have an online module, we have the offline module, and also this is from the weather station. This is from another group, because we have 4 groups of researcher. The main 4 faculties, one of it is prevention and medicine. We have from built environment, faculty of computer science, and also from medicine. We are looking at the people, in terms of the health of the people surrounding in the area. Okay, we have we can use this weather station because it's also related to what we are measuring. We are looking at the temperature, humidity, pressure, the UV and ozone and so on. So in this project, we need to do some community engagement. So we went to the school. Okay, we don't want to create a project and then that's it. That's it. We feel that our work is good enough and we managed to publish in Q1, but nobody is looking at reading our articles, but we need to go beyond it. Okay, so we went to school and we demonstrate the weather station. Okay, and from that this one is very huge, heavier. It's cost more than 10,000 ringgit Malaysia, because we have to create pieces, the solar panel, we have to link to the cloud. So it's quite cost, because we need to put this weather station. It's not only one, we have 6 or 7 weather stations that we need to put in the area, okay, in the identified area. So my part is we want to transform whatever we have, the weather station, into the smart IoT by using the AQI device. This is IoT device proof of concept that we translate into this, and we tested. This is a lab scale, and we tested around UC Malaya area in Petaling Jaya, is somewhere near. Okay, the POC deployment and field test, we want to do the data collection. We use this. This is my PhD student. She was my PhD student, Shabana, and she did a very good job. She was my research assistant. And from this project, the research findings, we found that the modeling traffic based on AQI, 75% reduction in the air quality level, leading to smarter mobility. And 66% of air pollution is due to the ground base of transport, 54% from the private vehicles or cars, and 58% of Malaysians believe that they are affected to the air pollution caused by the vehicle emission. And this is interesting finding. Okay, the outdoor activities, physical activities, should be avoided during the evening due to the contaminated air. We can see that people jog or do activities at the park in the evening. Okay, so from our finding, we find that the heat or the temperature arise during this during evening between 6 to 8 p.m. So if you want to do activities to to do an exercise, it's good to do it indoors in the gym, but to do the outdoors, it should be in the morning. This is what we find out. Okay, and the others is about the air quality directly impacted the density and the waiting time of the transport vehicles. All right. So the outcome of the project, we managed to publish 7 publication conferences and also index journal. We involved with the competition. We won best poster award. We won gold medal, silver medal from this particular project. We also did community engagement program at the school. We also discussed with our stakeholders, and we make that the stakeholders aware this is about our project, our initiative. We also have 2 IPR filing and also granted. So this from 3.5 years of project, these are the outcome. It's not only about the publication, and as a researcher or academic, we are looking into publication, how many papers we need to publish. But this is one good initiative that UC Malaya have conducted, that you are not only need to publish, you also need to do some engagement and also to do a competition as well. Very quick, this is a community awareness at the high school. Okay, with the team, we are demonstrate our idea to give awareness about the environment impact, so that everyone are aware from school, primary school and also to the high school. And we did this at the primary school between student people age 7 to 11 years old. Okay, this is Shabana, and I also did some awareness in the national radio interview. T-Rex is an English radio which talking about the research project about the traffic congestion and some achievement that we did. And I'm so blessed. I have Shabana. Shabana is my she was my PhD student. She's from India, in I think Chennai, India. She did a very good job. She really enjoyed doing this research. It's not only for her PhD, she also felt that she has contributed to the society. Okay, and she completed the PhD. After that, she continued as a postdoctoral with me for 1 year. She managed to get another 1 year continue. Unfortunately, she went back to India, and because of the pandemic, she cannot come to Malaysia, and the contract as the postdoctoral has already terminated, because after 1 year you did not continue, so we have to give it to somebody else. Okay, I'm so blessed. I have very good student and committed student. Right, that is about one project, and this is about project on campus. This is also related to transportation, which is the campus shuttle bus route optimization by using the machine learning predictive analysis. So this paper is already published in Sustainability is a WAS journal in 29 of December 2020. My student, master student Nadia, Tarak Nandi is my PhD student, and Renu is also, he was my PhD student, now is a lecturer in one of the private university in Malaysia. So the paper is already accepted and published. And this project is to improve on the management transportation system that bottleneck during the peak hours of the campus during exam week, during morning, and also in the evening. So we want to solve it by using data analytics solution, machine learning, where we are looking at the AAN, artificial neural network, and also support vector machine algorithm to create or to predict the time travel of the campus bus with a lower error rate as a case study. And I did mention to my student Nadia, okay, her interest on the transportation, looking at the travel time and so on, because she has experience with that. And because I already start my research related to environment, I said to her, why not we look at environment as well? Can you put it some parameters related to the fuel cost and gas emission from the transportation? And she did. She when you have a good student and she can, we have a good discussion, and she managed to do that. So it's part of it. And at the end, the recommended system will recommend the suitable routes for the chosen scenario. So from this research work, the aim is for predict the travel time with the lower error rates. So student population in UC Malaya in sometime in 2019, excuse me, 2019-2024 is 27,789. On-campus student is 20,000 plus, and off-campus student is 4,000. So this is a statistic yearly. The shuttle bus of University of Malaya, you can see that this is kilometer travel, this is a number of trips, and this is a number of passenger. So during the summer break between June to August, we can see that number of students is less, because students are on the summer break, okay? So this is during semester 2 and this is during semester 1. So even though there is less student, the trips is still available, and also the kilometers travel of the campus bus is also available, because we have postgraduate student, but it's not too crowded, okay? So this is the shuttle bus service. We have 5 lines. On campus, this is a campus, Central, and this is all the points for the colleges. And the bus is also going outside of campus, because we have students staying near UC Malaya, so we provide the shuttle bus as well. And this is also outside, and we also have off-campus accommodation to the postgraduate students. Okay. So the research conduct, we collect the data from the bus GPS, and we saw in the MySQL server converted into CSV file to run on the R programming, where we have 13 attributes, with each attribute contains some more than 10,000 millions of instances. And we do pre-process data runs on the RStudio. We select the appropriate data. We do some, clean up data, and we do some exploratory data analysis to conduct the data modeling and the feature extraction. We did a modeling, training, testing using the machine learning for the travel time analysis shuttle bus. Okay, so from this is a data classification. Okay, we had this GPS data point to look at the on-road point and also off-road point. Okay, this is the illustration of the bus direction, and also the point where the bus is stopped for each of the area. And also we have a GPS point of backward data. This is what we call an error data. Okay, maybe the bus is stopped there and then go somewhere else. It's not in in a proper direction or a proper line of the the destination of the bus. And then number of percentage of points based on the location and error. On the road data, we have 78.76%. Off-road data is 17.25%, and backward data is only 3.99. So this is the error rate that we will omit on this data. Okay, so we did a model training and optimization by splitting the data set into the training data set and also testing data set. So we want to improve, we want to look at the pattern of the data set by looking at by using the machine learning model, and we want to improve the prediction of the future data. So we use AAN and SVM. Okay, the AAM will look, we are using the multi-layer perceptron neural network that used to predict the time of the vehicle movement and also to indicate the travel time to support the intelligent transportation system. By SVM is a supervised learning method, is to read the classification of the data, to do some prediction function as well, and also to classify the data based on the availability of the destination routes. So after that, we did some optimization input data. We're looking at the calculating off-road data GPS, and also we calculating the arrival time. Okay. So as I said, we also want to look at the environment factors. So here we also calculate the gas emission. We are looking at this CO2 gas emission, the pollutants, bus operatings, and so on. And this is a cause of fuel emission. The fuel consumption is affected. There are factors that involve in this calculation where the load of vehicle, traffic, road condition, and also driving behavior of the driver. Okay. From these research findings, we look at the time travel prediction. Okay, by using the RMSE, okay, root mean square error. This is to do some prediction accuracy. So by looking at the bus route, they have 5 bus route and 2 models. Okay, and then we look at the gas emission production by the bus journey per day, per week, and per 2 weeks. And also we have the cost of fuel estimation by using the USD, similar by journey, day, week, and 2 weeks. Okay. So the recommended system provide that we can reduce some of the costs, the factors that we identified by propose a route where we merge route A and route E as a AE route and route B, C, and D as no change. So by combining these 2 routes, it can reduce the overlapping route and also to avoid the crowded of the passengers. So the journey of bus A can cut off until the College 10, which is in UM, and turn around to the Faculty of Languages and Linguistics, and continue the trip to at the College 9, which is the bus route E. So you can avoid on that to avoid the redundancy. So this is the recommended route that we propose to the University of Malaya. So the overall results, okay, what we can say is that by merging the routes, the bus route A and bus route B can reduce considerable overhead, reduce the journey time, the distance, travel time, the fuel consumption, cost, and CO2. So which this is the significant impact on the environment. If you can see that, this is the actual cost, the time travel, the distance, the time travel, the fuel, and so on. So by using the merged bus route A and E, the distance will reduce 7.99 kilometer. The fuel consumption from 5.39, if you merge A and E, you get, with the recommender, you get 3.07 liter. And the fuel cost can be reduced to 1.27 USD, and the CO2 reduced to 12 to 40 gram of CO2. So from this research, we can give you can see the impact to the environment and also to the costing, in terms of the financial costing to the university management by using this prediction. Okay. Can you give me 1 minute because my battery, I need to charge my laptop.
Sure, ma'am. Take your time. Participants, if they have any queries, they can write it in the chat box, and then once the PPT gets finished, I will read it for you.
Right. Now I continue with, this is another project.
Yeah, sure.
This IoT monitoring, sorry. Okay, IoT monitoring, okay, for UM sustainable transportation. So So this is the members. This is all the experts in IoT, in Faculty of Computer Science. We also have engineers from the Transport Management Universiti Malaya, Noor, and also this is my student, master student, Muhammad Umar Munir. And again, most of the work or research without the students, we cannot deliver on time. We have other matters as a researcher and also a lecturer. We have administrative work. We have to look at the teaching costs and so on. But having a research assistant it gives your research run smoothly. And again, I'm blessed to have my students here, Mama Umar. So this system is to allow a person to share his or her private vehicle with one or more people who have a common aligned destination. It's similar like you want to have any apps that you want to share your vehicle. But this is only for Universiti Malaya. Is only for the campus community. Okay, it's a closed system because we want to create sustainable, smart, sustainable campus. So this application is decorated with suitable user-friendly graphical interface for the stakeholders, and the system also lead to the eco-friendly society where less car on campus. Moving around campus, we want to solve issues about parking availability. In Universiti Malaya, we have a lot of problem with parking because students are bringing their car as well. The lecturers is bringing the car, the staff is bringing their car. So we have issues about the parking. Also, issues about fuel parking costs for those who cannot afford it. If you are outside from the Kuala Lumpur, you have issues about toll costs. Or if you need to go to any meetings, any event outside Universiti Malaya, you can, you have drive alone. You don't know whether is there any staff from other faculty is going towards to the same event. So we can avoid that. Okay, the intention is to do that. That is the objective of this research. So we have a share, right? We have the dashboard. This is the architecture that we built. Okay, this is all 2 years project and it's almost at the end. Okay, because of the pandemic, we have some delay on the project to test the usability of this system. So we won a silver medal this year. We involved in the International Innovation Design and Articulation organized by one of the public university in Malaysia and also by the Ministry of Education. So we won the silver medal, and we also published this work in the book chapters, which the competition also provide some publication. So we also submit our book chapters into this competition as well, so that we will get people can read our work instead of having the apps. So before pandemic in early 2020, so the project has started sometimes started November 2019, and then in 2020 we start to do campus survey. We want to know that when we develop this system, people are using it. Okay, we don't want that we created the system and nobody is using it. So we did a campus survey before the pandemic. We found that 43.2 students say yes, I would like to share my vehicles. Okay, and 45 say possible if they know who is giving the ride or who I'm going to give a ride, who going to share my vehicles. Okay, so this is only not going to share your vehicle to go for lunch. No, this is a formal car sharing service where you want to go for a meeting, you want to go for an event inside on campus or outside campus. So why not we share the vehicles? Okay, so 77.4 agree because of the parking space. Yes, when Universiti Malaya had a big event like a conferences, like a talk from a Nobel professors, we are towards one destination and the space, the parking space is very limited. is a problem to all of us who want to go there and bring their own car. So 77 say yes, I want to use it because of the parking, and yes, 20.9 say because of environment. It's very rare to hear that people want to contribute because of the environment. I'm happy to hear this. Okay, and 63.6 say yes, willing to set up through these apps. And I'm not sure the reason why they don't want, 36 don't want through apps. Maybe they did not know yet the functionality of these apps. Okay, so we have developed the web-based module. This is where for the event organizer. Okay, for example, we have one conference that the university is going to have one conference where people from other faculty can come and join to listen and so on. So the event organizer will go into the web base and to register and put it in the system. And then when you send an email invitation to each individual in the Universiti of Malaya, they will put a link that we are encouraging you to use car sharing. By clicking this link, you are giving a module where do you want to provide a ride, or you want to be you want to share ride with other people who provide the rides. Okay, something like that. We already done this. This is a web-based application. And also those who are using the system, we develop the apps. Of course, you need the apps. Okay, we have developed the Android platform, and we also have the iOS platform. So from this, people will register and look at the this VM share ride. They also can see who accept him to. If I'm a captain, we call it as a captain, meaning that I'm going to offer my vehicle. Anyone who would like to share vehicle with me, I'm offering my car. So I can see invitation or request from people that I know. Okay, if I click yes, friends from other faculty also would like to join me, so I can click yes to accept. So it's similar that those who wants to ride with those who are offering, they can see whether they got declined or not. Okay, they can see from there. So these are the modules that we created. Is similar like we are using the any apps available for transportation, but this is only for UC Malaya. At the end, those who are using it will get rewards. This is rewards point where you can have a coffee in one of the cafe in UC Malaya. Okay, so we give some simulation here. For example, a captain will give a ride to one person at the UM Specialist Center and another person from the library. So the captain will get 3.4 points. They are all to the same destination in the Chancellery building. Okay, and because of this, it saved CO2 emission 409.36 grams for this route. Okay, so each of them will receive points and they will get rewards in here. Okay, then I did simulation. Okay, since I'm part of the university management, because I'm a deputy dean, so I can say that every month I have to attend at least 3 regular meetings every month, and we have a committee, a colleague that we know each other. Okay, so the intention is I want to share people that I know in my surrounding, in my group, in my circle. So for example, in scenario 1, a committee meeting, deputy deans with the deputy vice chancellor is involved with 23 faculties, institute, academies, which is 56 members. It can be the deputy deans, it can be the officer. Okay. Scenario 2 is similar, the dean's meeting and also the deputy vice chancellor meeting, and also one important meetings is once a month that I attended is for the academic matters. So from this calculation, we simulate that we get 5,959 CO2 trips, one way trip from all these faculties, from all the members. Scenario 2, again, because of number of members is less, so it's around 4,000 CO2 emission. And this is only involve 6 faculty, around 12 members, is around 1,000 CO2 emission on campus. For 1 month, it can be for 1 day, it can be for 2 weeks, without car sharing. So if when I simulated by using these share, right, apps, we can save number of vehicles shared is 12 instead of having maybe 30. Okay, we save emission 3,359 CO2 per kilometer. Here also we can save it to 1,989 CO2 per kilometer, and we also save 444 grams CO2 kilometer per one trip. This is only one trip. You can double it if you go back to the destination and go back to the faculty, okay, to your school. So this is a contributor to the environment, and by using the technology, we can save, we can increase the air quality, health, environment on campus, okay? So the initiative by Universiti Malaya in the blueprint, 05 is the transportation. So these are some of the initiative created to minimize the motorized vehicle numbers on campus and reduce the transportation carbon footprint. So there are a few projects here. You can see that walking to a sustainable means campus, evaluating the walkability index campus. There is also research work on this. We are creating a walkway at the on the road where we next to a walkway for the members or the staff to go from one point to another. And this is my project. This is other project as well. They are combining. We have a few. So most of the projects come from the Faculty of Engineering, the Civil Engineering. We have also from the Faculty of Medicine and also from Faculty of Engineering. So this is also another initiative because of the sustainability. We have a few all bus. This is all bus, okay? So what can we do with this? Now with the initiative of the Sustainability and Living Lab together with Water Warriors Committee, they use the decommissioned bus converted into comfortable Airbnb stay. You can see from the diagram, okay, you have a nice bed here, we have a kitchen here, we have a place where you can sit and do your work. This is at the end of the bus, so it's located here. Okay, this is an initiative by Universiti Malaya. So if you want to come to Universiti Malaya and just to stay here for 1 or 2 days, you can just find us in Airbnb. Okay, this is just to share again what we achieve. From here, industry innovation, we get 8,600 from the Airbnb buses, okay, the accommodation, some plastic project and so on. Okay, this is initiative from Universiti Malaya. Challenges as a conclusion for transportation to gain the sustainability, transportation and mobility. These are the challenges that I can find out. I can, we can look into if you're interested to do research related to this. Aged people now tend to travel more than their parents did. I can see that when I travel, I can see age society, older people like to travel. They're very nice because they already complete everything. Their children's already grown up. They want to enjoy, so they like to travel. So we also can identify some. These are the challenges that how can the innovation, the technologies assist the aging society in terms of the sustainable transport and mobility. Urbanization, the integrated transport network, how it can bring a greater need for the individual transport modes, creating, reducing the congestion, and also how can we reduce the environment impact or problem because of the transportation development or the infrastructure development. Okay, and environmental challenges, growing urgency for the transport sector because we create more transport in the urban area, it gives an impact, negative impact to environment, and also tracking transport and environment because it is now we need to preserve, we need to make sure that we live in the good environment. Okay, we want to have the technology, at the same time we have to think about the issues about environment, the changes of the environment. Increasing scarcity of fossil fuel is also a negative impact in the sustainable transport and environment. How can we provide, reduce these issues about increasing of the fuels? We can opt for low carbon economy. We can have electric vehicles. We can, create energy security that to supply to provide the supply for the renewable energy. In campus, we have a few electrical station for the electric for electric vehicle station that they can charge their vehicles on campus. We have that. We have people coming to campus just for charging their vehicles. And also quality of transport. We need to look at the personal security, reduction of the accident, health hazard, protection of the passenger rights, accessibility to the remote regions, and also to provide a conducive use of public transport, cycling and walking. Last but not least, some notes that I would like to share. This is the future works that you can look at if you want to work for the future mobility. Smarter infrastructure for mobility. These are the trust area that you can look at, for example, like future computing, drones, infrastructure, cities urbanization, inclusive design, okay? And for more sustainable mobility, you can look at the ocean or automotive industry, sustainable development, air pollution, climate change. There are so many here. This is the trust area if you want to have sustainable mobility. If looking at the energy efficient and mobility, the trust area would be the oil and gas, batteries, electricity, insurance, mining, artificial intelligence, and future energy. And for greater mobility and bigger security risks, looking at the environment, looking at the COVID-19, okay, this is latest analysis that we got from the intelligence, by using this network. We have global risk, international security, migration, cyber security is in here. So basically for travel and travel barriers to mobility, these are all the trust area that you can look into, okay? So that's all about me, about my presentation. I'm sorry I'm taking too long. I thought it's only 1 hour. If you wish to work together with me in Universiti of Malaya, I welcome any researchers. We can work, because with current situation, we can work from anywhere. We can make through the online. This is my email. You can email me. You can find out me. You can Google me. If any students would like to pursue doing PhD, I'm welcome as well. If you want to work under my supervision. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, madam. And are there any internship opportunities available for undergrad students also?
So internship, we do have, but not. We accept internship student for undergraduate without any financial, without any scholarship, because for now we don't have any scholarship for internship students.
As you can see, in these pandemic times, nobody can visit to University Malaya physically, but Even if
Oh,
somebody
yes,
wants to pursue some internship, so any certificate can be issued regarding that, and he or she
yes,
can be assigned some task.
yes, we can do it online mobility. Online
Yeah,
mobility. Yes,
online
yes,
mobility. So,
yeah.
need we sign any MOU for that, or is it open between you and us?
Yes, we don't need any MOU, but I can forward to you information from our international office.
Okay,
Recently,
okay.
I will inform that we encourage the uh, mobility through this online collaboration.
Yeah, because once they get an internship opportunity, then only they come to know that what is outside India, and then only they can think about pursuing their
Yes,
post graduation from outside India like that.
yes, yes, yes.
So, and
And also,
one
if
thing I must say, yeah, one thing I must say that your PPTs are really very impressive, and the way
thank
you
you,
have presented them is really, really marvelous, ma'am.
thank you.
They are so beautifully designed, so in such a sequence that you could discuss two complete projects in such a short span of time.
Yes, thank you for your compliments.
So I can see numerous appreciation messages in the chat box, and as I know that you are pressed for the time now, it's going to be 3:30 there in
Yeah,
Malaysia. I
yeah.
would like you to answer only one question. So that is, which simulation tools you have used in implementation of your research, ma'am?
We are using Sumo for the traffic congestion, for the traffic network. We are using Sumo. My student using, there are various, because it's a network. For traffic, we need more than one simulation. We cannot have only one. We have a Sumo simulation. We also need NS2 for the network. And then you can also using Omnet++. You can use Omnet, Sumo. That is the common simulation that my student is using. Um, I think some of students are using MATLAB also. I have students are using MATLAB.
Okay, and people are also interested in knowing the way, means if they want to apply for postdoc position with University of Malaya, then what is the procedure, ma'am?
Okay, to apply postdoctoral in Malaya, you can go to Research. There is a umresearch.um.edu.my. It's open every year. You have to submit your application to the Research. Of course, the first thing is you need to find out who is the supervisor. Who is the
Okay.
supervisor? After that, if the supervisor willing to take you as a postdoctoral, you can apply from the central. There is an application, it's open throughout the year. There is no deadline. You just submit your application, then they will inform you whether the application is successful or not. Supervisor who have a lot of grant usually don't have problem to get postdoctoral.
So how do one come to know that who is having how many postdoc positions at University of Malaya?
Uh, I would say that how many, they did not mention how many, as long as the supervisor has, like more than 100,000 ringgit Malaysia, you can have one postdoc. For example, if I have a grant 500,000, I can get 5 postdoc.
Okay, okay.
100,000 for one postdoc. Yes.
And can you please throw some light on the evaluation criteria that you people follow while evaluating the applications?
They want to see for postdoctoral whether your experience, is there any in University Malaya, because we want to maintain our ranking. One of the ranking criteria is publishing. So if you have published in WOS, Web of Science, the minimum would be 3 Web of Science publication. We don't accept any conferences, unfortunate, for now. Meaning that if you have conferences, you have scopus, that's fine. But they would like to see WOS index journal. So you have minimum of 3, you can apply. And you have experience of conducting research or minimum amount of teaching. For example, you have experience teaching like 3-4 hours per week, also consider. Usually they will take postdoctoral not more than 5 years graduating from your PhD. Not more than 5 years.
Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
as you were telling us that you guys do not consider nowadays conferences, not even the conferences having H index more than 20 or 25.
No, UC Malaya is only looking for ROS index, you know.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, ma'am. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. As you can see, my chat window is full of appreciation messages. Now everybody
Thank you.
is praising about your PPT, your presentation, the way you presented the slides. Thank you very much for being with
Thank
us,
you,
ma'am.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And have a nice day. And please stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, ma'am. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. So guys, we are going to share the feedback link now. So I hope that you can wait for a minute. May I request Dr. Gaurav to kindly share? Yeah, it's there in the chat window. And our next session will be at 2:30 p.m. IST. So I will request each one of you to kindly join us at 2:15. So the next speaker is Dr. Ray Bantine. He is also from the Australia, Monash University, Australia. He'll be speaking on machine learning to deep learning. So I would request all of you to kindly join in time to avoid any delays. Because most of the time what happens, we keep waiting for the participants. That's why the session gets late by 5 to 10 minutes. If we start in time, we can finish in time. And I hope you guys are enjoying the sessions. You must be getting some research inclination. You must be getting some information about what we can do in future. Hope everybody has got the present attendance link. Yeah. If you have got the link, you can leave, sir. You can leave. Anybody, if you want to leave, you can leave. Within a minute or two, we are going to just close this meeting, close this session, in fact. Professor Ankur. Thank you everyone for your appreciation comments.